Hello, and welcome to episode 202 of Prog Review. And if you haven't read the description, I was talking about this here Genesis box set. I'm not slamming it against my head, no. This is 1983 to 1998, or the red box set. We're doing the series on these, so check out the previous episodes for the earlier sets. But before I start blabbering on, I'll hand you over to Darren, who will show you exactly what's inside the box set. Take it away, Darren. Why, thank you, Darren. And here we are. This is the red box set, 1983 to 1998. And as you can see, they've reproduced the various album sleeves and the logos. It's all very clever. It's all the design matches, it all follows, and here we go. There's only 4 albums in here this time and a bonus disc. So let's have a look, shall we? Let's put that to one side and have a look at the first album, which is Genesis, or Shapes, whichever way you want to call it. And yeah, I mean, it's all right. It follows the design, nothing to get upset about. And you get all the lyrics inside and the various cartoons and illustrations that go with them. Very, very yellow though. And yeah, so there you go. Again, a lot better than the original CD version, which they messed up the design of completely. So yeah, good to see it restored. Invisible Touch. Well, back in the day when this was first out on CD, they didn't have to worry about getting the design wrong because they got it right the first time. And this one, there you go. It comes with the CD and the DVD there. SACD and DVD, I might add. Picture of the band on the front, on the middle panel, and the booklet, which, if I recall, matches the original booklet perfectly. But yeah, so there you go. And again, they had the extra information about the DVD. See, look, it's all added in a design that matches the original booklet. So it's nice. So you're not going to get any nasty surprises. Next one up. Are you ready? Yes, it's We Can't Dance. Yes, We Can't Dance. There you go. There's a lot of stuff on this one, a lot of tracks. It's a big old album, this one's. And there you go. So you've got the artwork reproduced. And there you go. So it's exactly how it was back in the day when it was first released. No changes made. And there's the band. I always thought that the title was wrong for this album. They should have kept the original intended title. Matches the artwork a bit better. But hey, there you go. Things change, and here's all the extras that you get on the DVD. So back in the sleeve you go. Back in there. Woohoo! Right. There we go. And the next one is Calling All Stations. Yes, it's the one without Phil Collins. It's the one with Ray Wilson on board. And again, all the design is exactly the same as the original CD. Yeah, at least they're consistent. I remember getting this when it came out. The very first day it came out. Whoops-a-daisy. It's just trying to resist me. I bought this at Woolworths at Leytonstone. The very day it came out, I had a day off work actually. I'd worked the weekend. I had the Monday off, and like a fool, I rushed over there at 9 o'clock on a Monday morning to buy this, and brought it home and was thoroughly unimpressed by it. It was all right, but you know, I thought the singles were good, but the album was a bit in places. And here we have the hardback book with the extra tracks inside. See, it's hardback, and it follows the design of the previous booklets. Yeah, essays inside, and yeah. But yeah, this one's a little bit lacking in the bonus tracks department. You know, there's some single B-sides that they could have included that were left out. There were some bits of live material from the Ray Wilson band that could have been squeezed onto the disc, but maybe you had an extra disc. But these are slight criticisms, and there we go. So yeah, so everything's well represented and looks rather superb, and that's that. So there you go. Put that back in there. Where are your box? Over here. Come on, that's it. Get away. Oh, this CD. Wait a minute. Let's put that back in there. Move the receipt out of the way. That's it. And put put it in there. I put all lots of crap in these boxes, but yeah, this came with the Daily Mail or Sunday Mail or whatever it was a while back, and it was to promote the When in Rome DVD, and I kept a copy and slipped it because it was red. I slipped it in this box and it won't go back in. Oh no! Oh crap! Oh, this is just an embarrassment. Well, get back in there! God, get back in there! Get back in there. I don't want to bend it. God, let me do it off camera. I don't get so embarrassed. It's like peeing in public, I get very embarrassed, and it's the same with this. I'm best doing these things out of eyesight. So right, there we go. Trust me, it's in there. It really is. Back to the Fat Idiot. Well, I think you'll agree that was informative as ever. As I've said before, as these box sets progress, the impact for me anyway seemed to lessen. Because it's amazing hearing those earlier albums in surround sound and with the new mixes, but with the later albums, because technology had advanced from the 1970s, a lot of the stereo remixing didn't need it. Didn't really need to do a stereo remix of the album. So kind of wondering how it all fits in, but again, they probably just wanted to do it out of continuity, so everything was on a level playing field. So I'm going to go through every album and talk about it. Well, the first one up is Shapes or Genesis, whichever way you want to call it. Well, again, not really a big fan of this album. I find it a little bit duff in places. Of course, the standout tracks for me, Home by the Sea, Second Home by the Sea on surround sounds pretty cool, but the rest of it's a bit, it's a bit lightweight, and it's got that awful, the worst song that Genesis ever recorded, Silver Rainbow, on here as well, which is absolutely appalling. With the DVD, you get the videos to Mama, That's All, Home by the Sea and Illegal Alien, The Usual Interview, and there's a rehearsal, a little video clip of them rehearsing in 1983, which is quite interesting actually, because it's like one of the first early behind the scenes things, So for me, because I'm not a big fan of the album, probably the most impressive of this set is Invisible Touch. Now I know many of you are throwing your hands up and throwing shoes at the screen, but Invisible Touch is a great prog album, and one day when I do my proper review of this, I will get you all to agree with me. Again, I was like you back when this was first released. Oh, it's too poppy. Oh, Invisible Touch. I was just like that. But over the years, I've mellowed to it, and what really turned me on was the 5.1 mix, because you get to hear Mike Rutherford's guitar work for the first time. It's kind of buried in the mix. And he plays all this really percussive guitar stuff, which is, I don't know, some might say it's simplistic, but I've never heard a guitarist kind of play like this before, and it's all over the mix, and it really got me interested in the way the album was made. So I think it's pretty cool. Again, you're deep deep in the mix with this in the surround sound. You're really, it's full of keyboards and synths, and it's really cool stuff. Of course, Domino, the standout track, because it is the prog masterpiece on here, and we shouldn't forget Invisible Touch, In Too Deep, or Thrown All Away. They're ballads, but they're really well written pop songs, and that's not a crime. And of course, Land of Confusion, one of the greatest pop hits that the band's ever done. What's really cool is the extras. You get all the videos from Invisible Touch, Tonight, Land of Confusion, In Too Deep, Anything She Does, which is pretty cool. And you also get a tour documentary, Visible Touch, which was originally on the VHS. I think it was released on VHS back in the day. There's also a behind the scenes for Land of Confusion video, and Old Grey Whistle Test, Rock Around the Clock from 1986, which is pretty cool, as well as a tour gallery. So that was my pick of the box set. This one, We Can't Dance, or Father and Son, which is more appropriate to the album sleeve. There's a good album in here, Trying to Get Out. There's a lot of it. Again, the stereo mix doesn't really do anything. It doesn't really bring much to the table to what's already on here. The joy is in the 5.1 mix, which really brings out the last track, Fading Lights, the last real progressive gasp from the band. Of course, Living Forever, I like that one as well. In the visual side of things, you get the videos, No Son of Mine, Jesus Knows Me, I Can't Dance, Tell Me Why, Hold On My Heart, and the legendary No Admittance documentary, which is pretty cool, because it shows you the band actually making the album, which is, again, I think it's the first time the band had ever been recorded doing such a thing, which is pretty cool. I remember I had it on tape. I think I've still got the original one on tape somewhere. I've probably thrown it in the bin now, or digitised it. But I remember back in the day recording it off of ITV and feeling pretty chuffed with myself. And this is the final one, calling all stations, calling at all stations, calling all stations. The one with Ray Wilson on, the bastard runt of the litter, which is an unfortunate term. Again, there's a good album, Trying to Get Out, and I think with the second album under their belt, we'd have seen a very different Genesis, and I think they'd have probably still been touring now if Tony Banks would have let them do another album instead of giving up. You don't give up. You've got to get a second album. Then there were 3. It was a bit iffy, and then, then they did Duke. So it's the same with this. There may have been a Duke album to follow. Again, the stereo mix, no big real improvement. It sounds the same to me. The surround sound's okay. Again, it's not that I'm not a great fan of it. It's just I find it's a little bit too long, and some of it's a bit samey. What they lost with Phil Collins was a great arranger. He was a very good arranger of songs. He would tell you which bits go where, and you lose that sensibility on this album. So it becomes a bit. You feel the Tony Banks bland influence, creeping in. So I'm not exactly the greatest. I wanted it to work. I wanted it to work, but I didn't. In terms of DVD, you get Congo, Shipwreck, Not About Us. There's also Calling Station's electronic press kit from 1998, Rockin' Park, Germany, Calling Station's track, and Polish Television. There must be some other way dividing line. There was also a launch. I think there was a launch at NASA as well that they could have included. There's stuff that they could have included on this. They could have done like the full Polish gig. I think that's out there. It's a shame. I think if they'd had like a full live concert on this DVD, it would have shown the band in a better light. And because I know they did do an awful lot of promotional material for it. I remember videoing some stuff on VH1, which probably would have gone well on that disc, but it's not on there. But anyway, one day I'll do a review of that. I'll give it another go. And then you have the obligatory extra tracks. I'll just read what the extra tracks are. We have On the Shoreline, Hearts on Fire, Do the Nautic, Feeding the Fire, Rather Be You, Anything Now, Sign Your Life Away, Run Out of Time. Again, there are some B-sides from Cornwall Stations that are missing, Fret and Was it Banjo Man? I think it was called. Again, I haven't got it to hand. I'm not doing this to any notes, so if you want to correct me, feel free. You also get on the DVD Nebworth 1993, which is quite a big concert, and at the MMF, that's Male Female award ceremony 2000, doing a stripped down version of Invisible Touch, Follow You, Follow Me, I Can't Dance and Turn It On Again, which is all right. Again, it's all right. There's some bits missing. It's not perfect. Again, it's probably the least interesting of the box sets. But what can we say? It's still good, even though it's a lesser one. It's still packed to the gills full of stuff. You can't really complain about it. Even though I am kind of complaining about it, it's more about the quality of the actual albums rather than the actual quality of the material that they've included, if you know what I mean. But it's still a great box set if you like that period, and you can still buy this one because nobody wanted it. I think you picked this one up quite cheap. So if you want to check the link below, you can get yourself a copy. Anyway, my name's been Darren Locke. I've been burbling on about 1983 to 1988 box set by that there Genesis, and we'll be doing the live albums in the next video, so keep your eye out for that. Only one more thing to say is thank you for being a patient audience and for tuning in. Don't forget to do the and prog on.